Shalom and good day all. This is Tehillim29 back again for another Wayne Family Adventures episode. And my goodness, it has been quite a while since I was last able to, cover this. There's been some things happening this end, which has involved having to upgrade this box of mine physically and also sorting out some of the minor hiccups until they're all sorted out. And I'm glad I'm still in contact with the person who worked on the box for me. So I really hope you're looking forward as today. Hey, good to see you, Tevye. Glad to see you made it. Feel free to drop in if you want to drop in. Don't forget you are also a member of the group that I set up. And maybe we could probably talk about the chapters that we're going through, or that I'm going through today. That's if you're able to make it, of course. And it's really nice to catch up with the Wayne Family Adventures. Where I left off was number 20. I finished at number 25. So with this one, it's number 26 is where we begin. And I'm working on catching up all the way to the present. So that'll be episode 33. And it's really nice to get back to this. And with the news revealed through DC Comics, and I think that's really awesome too. So it gives me an opportunity to talk about this as well. And it's nice to see that DC are going to. I really hope we get that, Xavier. I really hope we get that. But if they were to throw someone on it, it's got to be someone who knows the characters, knows how to write the characters. It can't be Tom Taylor. I've got my reasons. Yeah, he might be okay on Elseworlds, but he's really sucking badly on Soak right now, Son of Kal-El. So time to make a start on episode 26. And the last episode I finished off with was 25. So let's go through this one. I have read through this one. About the only one out of these that I haven't read through is the latest chapter. So you'll be getting a fresh look in regards to the particular chapter. So as we start off, we have Catwoman in the frame, and she's making her moves. And of course, she brings up, I hope you can keep up. And we've got Selena Kyle, Catwoman in the picture. And it means she's got claws and she's not afraid to use them. For a lot of things. So jumping into what's next, we have Batman saying, "Oh, I can." And they have a bit of a look at each other, and she responds, "We'll see." Oops. I didn't want that to stop that. Little error there on my part. And we move forward, and he's still continuing to follow her. And she responds, "I think you're getting slow, Bat." And a bit of a whoosh from Batman's bat cable. Swings across, taps the ground, And then she responds, ooh, nice moves. Trust me, I've got more. And then all of a sudden, well, now that you've got me, what are you going to do with me? Then he responds, I've got some ideas. And then we get a response from Spoiler. Oh, dear God, make it stop. Batman responds, Spoiler? And the look on Catwoman's face. As if to say, oh shit, what now? Hey, Batman, Oracle here. You kind of had your comm line open? How many of them heard? She responds, that was literally the worst thing ever. Shut up, and we've got Tim Drake literally crying his eyes out. Stephanie Brown cringing too. Redwood saying, someone, please kill me again. And then we've got innocent Damien saying, I do not understand what he was going to do. Arrest her? He then responds, Oracle? Cutting your comm line, got it? Forget about the comm. Yes. Snort. And of course we have Selena Kyle have a bit of a laugh. And Batman looking, this isn't funny. Of course, it's very serious, she responds. I can never go home. You'll be okay. Teased mercilessly, but okay. So comforting. Thanks. Bruce realizing what he's done. Then it's, you're welcome. Very interesting. And it's nice to sort of like catch up with this episode again. So let's move on to chapter 27. Now, I must admit, this next chapter, or this next episode, is actually quite a really good episode. We do get 2 parts to it. And this one centers more around Tim Drake and Dick Grayson, and sort of like how their relationship is happening in this storyline. Yes, this is somewhat slice of life. Yes, it's fun, but it's really worth it. So we'll start off with the first part, and it's called Big Brother, Part 1. And as we start off, I still can't believe they're bringing back the arcade. I'm glad you could make it for the reopening, Dick. Now we've got Tim Drake here talking to Dick Grayson. I wouldn't miss it, Tim. Too many good memories. Yeah, memories of me kicking your butt. Love the response. But wait. And I think I was going to take it easy on you. Tim responds, not sure I would have been able to tell the difference. Dick responds, ooh, you're going to eat those words. And it's, hey, wait! From Damien, I need a ride to the Natural History Museum. Grayson, since you are a fossil, I figured you could take me. Absolutely good response. What's at the museum? He responds. A xenobiology exhibit. I'm supposed to write a paper about it for school. Maybe you could go tomorrow. We kind of had plans. It has to be today. I will need time tomorrow to write my paper. Absolutely love how Dick Grayson actually speaks on his level. Yeah, okay. I can take you. And he sort of like gives in to Damien, and we've got Tim's body response, and it's like, Tim? and his response is, don't even start. I'm really sorry, but it's for a school project, Dick responds. I know, I shouldn't have gotten mad. It's fine. It's clearly not. We can go to the arcade another day. I promise. Yeah, until something else comes out that's more important. And of course, you can see Tim Drake is quite upset. It is actually really nice to see more of Tim Drake open up in this, because there are times where you don't actually get to see him do it much in the present comics. And Nick responds, what do you mean? When was the last time there wasn't some kind of emergency or interruption? When was the last time you hung out with anyone just for fun without having to rush off to help someone else? Then Dick responds, we're vigilantes, Tim. Stuff comes up. You know that. I do know, but I'm not talking about crime fighting stuff. I'm talking about the everyday stuff. There's always someone who needs you. You have such a big heart, Dick. And we love you for that. And I love you for that. But sometimes I just want to hang out with my big brother without having to fight for his attention. And he brings up a really good point. And we get Dick Grayson thinking, I don't do that, do I? And we get a bit of a glare on his face. And it's, do I? And then we move on to the credits. Next episode, Big Brother Part 2. As things begin, we have Dick Grayson sighing on the balcony. And out comes Jason Todd. I hate to be that guy, but being the angsty one is my kind of thing. So I'm going to need you to stop now. Not in the mood, Jason, Dick responds. Is all this brooding still about that thing with Tim? And you see the look in his eyes that he's still thinking about it. You heard about that, he responds. I may have been eavesdropping on his conversation with Steph last night. And yeah, you can see a bit of a grin there. And then he asks Jason Todd, is he right? Do I always go rushing off? He responds, I mean, kind of. I see. So I guess you're here to give me a talking to, huh? Jason responds, nah, I'm just hiding from Bruce. Didn't even know you'd be out here. His response is, oh. But now that you mention it, I do have a few thoughts. And of course, he's almost got that look of regret on his face. So let's hear it. He just wants to spend some time with you, you know? But there's always someone who needs saving, and then you're gone again. What am I supposed to do? Not help people when they ask? From Dick Grayson? Of course not. You've always been a goody two-shoes. No one expects you to stop now. And this is still coming from Jason Todd. But you know, it's okay to set boundaries, right? And the look on his eyes as if, what? Boundaries? His response. Hey, good to see you, Shinkai. Agreed, Shinkai. Jason is pretty angsty. Then Jason comes back and responds, yeah, you're allowed to carve out time for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Then Dick responds, but what happens when someone asks for help? Jason responds, there are about 50 people in this family. And at the rate Bruce adopts kids, we'll have 100 within the next few weeks. Love the sarcasm. Point is, when someone needs something, it doesn't always have to fall on you to fix it. The rest of us can help too. And a very good response. So, in other words, he's just pointing out, remember, not only are we a family, we're also a team, but it also works in reverse. And Nick responds, the rest of us? I mean, not me, obviously. I'm super busy, but the others can lend a hand. We get a bit of a grin of sorts from Dick Grayson. You already showed us how to be a family. Now we just want you to be a part of it. Great words from Jason there to Dick. Considering he is the second Robin. So things move forward and Dick returns to Tim. I'm sorry about the other day. And Tim responds, I didn't mean to. I don't want you to feel bad for helping everyone. I just wanted to spend some time with you. And Nick responds, I know. And I'm glad you said something. I'd always rather know the truth about how you're feeling. And he responds, same goes for you. So what do you say we finally head over to the arcade? And I think I still owe you a butt kicking straight from Dick Grayson. Tim responds, oh, it's on. And I promise, no interruptions this time. Unless there's a mass breakout at Arkham or something, we'll probably need the help with that. But otherwise, no interruptions. Then we have Tim responding, sounds perfect to me. All right, so let's move it on to 29 and see how things are going in the comment section. And how is everyone who has managed to make it to this Wayne Family Adventures Super Sons Fortress of Attitude live stream? I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're also enjoying as I go through these episodes of the Wayne Family Adventures. And I don't know how much that you might have read in relation to this series, or even if you're caught up to the very latest episode, to which I'm not, so you might be ahead of me in that. But you know what? I'm not worried. So you're going to get a fresh response. So how I see the latest episode. All right, moving on to episode 29, Hangout. So we start off and we've got Tim Drake. Hey, thanks for making the trip to Gotham. It's been way too long since we hung out. And of course, we see he's got some burger and chips, or burger and fries there. And I think there hasn't been a single supervillain attack the whole time we've been here. And of course, we can see some of the members that are connected to the Titans. Gotham must be losing its touch. And as you can see here, we have Connor Kent Superboy making an appearance, which is really nice. Here we go, Shinkai. I read what I see on your streams. Always entertaining. Oh, thanks, Shinkai. And it mentions a clone made from Superman and Lex Luthor's DNA. And by the way, if you want to read some good stories about this character, don't pick up the Bendis run on Young Justice. Just saying. And of course, we've got Tim responding. The sun hasn't set yet. There's still time. Gee, Tim, you're sounding a little bit competitive there. Oh, we're not going to call it a night, are we? I'm not ready to go home yet. Bart Allen, a.k.a. Impulse, the Flash's grandson from the future. And then we've got, I have nowhere I need to be. What did you want to do? Cassie Sandsmack, a.k.a. Wonder Girl, the daughter of Zeus. It's really nice to see these characters together. And it's from Bart Allen. Oh, let's watch a movie. There any movie fitters around here? And Tim sort of looks and responds, Riddler took over a bunch of movie theaters a few days ago. Everything's still closed down. And response from Cassie, seriously, why do people live in this city? Connor responds, if only we knew someone who has access to a giant mansion with a home theater right here in Gotham. Tim responds, oh no. No. We can't go to the manor. Then it's, why not? From Cassie. Because Bruce is holding a dinner party tonight, and I'm not getting roped into it. 3 of us have super speed. I bet we can get in and out without anyone noticing us. Bart responds, please, Tim. Tim responds, I'm not risking the manor. He hasn't eaten much. It would be nice if they, if I were to put one small criticism in this, that seeing that this is meant to be at like a cafe restaurant, that they at least show that they're eating their food that's there. Oh, hi, Wally. That's got to be Wally West. The kid with the red head. Is that Connor Kent? Stephanie Brown? Pretty sure super speed is noticeable unless light speed, like Flash or Superman, where time is still. Yes. But there might be somewhere else we can go, Tim suggests. You ready for it? And here they are, they're going through the Batcave. As long as Bruce stays busy, we shouldn't be bothered. What movies do you have? Tim responds, all of them. More importantly, what snacks do you have? We're not really allowed to eat near the Bat computer. I'll make a run to the kitchen. Then Bart runs off. No, Bart, wait, from Tim. Wait. He responds and skids with the snacks. You better hope no one saw you. They didn't, man. Mr. Pennyworth always has the best snacks. And Cassie responds, come on, Tim, relax. Yeah, Batman isn't that bad. From Connor. As long as no one saw, we're all right. And they begin to sit down, prepare to watch something. Just promise no one will ever tell Bruce about this. And then we get a response in the background. Oh, it's far too late for that. So who wants to explain why you're using the state-of-the-art multi-million-dollar equipment to watch a movie? Anyone? That look from Bruce. Then it's whoosh! And Tim's left on his own. And he sighs and responds, do you have to scale my friends? Bruce with a smirk and smile in the background. I do have a reputation to maintain, from Bruce. Tim responds, I'll clean up the snacks. Oh, good. You know about the rules of eating near a Bat computer. And it would be nice if you would put an appearance at the dinner party. I knew we should have met in Smallville. The Kents are so much nicer. I love the response. It's simple, Bruce, because it's fun. Then Bruce responds, I heard that. All right, time to move on to the next chapter. Driving lessons. But who for? Sorry to wake you up, Duke. I know you're day shift, but we've got a situation, and everyone else is occupied. Duke responds, It's okay. What's going on? Short version, someone's trying to kill Batman with a combat drone. B needs the Batmobile, but I can't drive with my arm in a sling. And of course, we've got Stephanie Brown, who's injured her arm. Duke responds, what about the autopilot? Still broken from that fight with Bane last week. You're gonna have to drive. And as you can see here, we've got the vehicle, which is connected to the Batman 89. Batman versus Superman. Dawn of parenting. or you could read Peter G. Tomasi's story around both of the characters, and not only that, check out the Super Sons, because you really get to see the difference between their parenting, of how one differs from the other. So moving on, you know, I've never driven the Batmobile before, right? Duke responds. No time like the present to learn, Stephanie responds. Awesome. Time moves forward. Hit the ignition. I'll guide you to Bruce. Babs is feeding me the coordinates. And Duke is just taking his time. And it's like, is it this one? And she responds, no! Sorry, it's this one. The other one is missiles. We don't find the missiles in the Batcave anymore. Noted. So they finally make a move on. Rom. Okay, this isn't so bad. Turn. Screech crack. Oops. Steph's looking out the window. She's not doing much of a good job guiding here. There's the drone. And as you can see, it's firing at Batman. Reddits. We hear that room of the Batmobile coming up. Spoiler, get this thing off my tail. Duke, switch the control to the weapon system to me. This one, right? Uh-oh. Click. Whoosh. We can see what that one does. Ejection seat. Wrong button. Duke's response, sorry. I can't believe you do this to me. It's not my fault. Why aren't these controls labeled? Fair point from Duke. sound of the drone. Signal, listen to me. I need you to fire a missile. Can you do that? Missile? I know I saw that button earlier. I think it's this one? Oh. Nice work, Signal. I'll handle things from here. Go pick up Spoiler. Sorry again about earlier. No hard feelings. But we should probably get moving before Commissioner Gordon comes to yell at us about the property damage from Spoiler. Property damage? Whoosh. Does this mean I won't be able to drive the Batmobile again from Spoiler? No, I almost took down a building on my first test drive. You'll be fine. Oh, gosh. Well, moving into episode 31. 2 more episodes to go after this one. And I must admit, it's really nice catching up with these episodes. Seeing the last episode before this one I left off with was 20... What was it? I think it was 25. So, moving into Dirty Little Secret. And of course, let's see who's in it. Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. And we've got Damien learning here. Of course, one of the Super Sons. I know myself well, my strengths, my weaknesses, but few as they may be, knowing my enemy, however, I have blackmail on most of them. Like, it was not even that hard. And we've got here his files logged in. Barbara Gordon, Bruce Wayne, Cassandra Kane, Dick Grayson, Duke Thomas, Jason Todd, Kate Kane, Luke Fox, Stephanie Brown, Tim Drake, and of course, we see that he's got like another page. It is a necessary evil, but I refuse to be forced into doing someone else's chores simply because I was not prepared. But he is a problem. Click. And we soon see Jason, Peter, Todd. Strengths, hand-to-hand combat. Firearms, sarcasm. Weaknesses, emotions, crowbars. Dying. Potential weaknesses, unknown. He swivels the chair. Todd is not shy about his wrongdoings, and Father always forgives him. Which means I have some investigating to do. I've been telling him all night. And of course, we've got Jason Todd here. What is he doing? Whoosh. And as you can see, he's lit up a bit of a flame. And it says, "Stop following me, weirdo." Damien. This is not working. Time to change tactics. Toddy's busy with a case. It's the perfect time to break into his apartment. Surprisingly clean here. I'm cleaning here. And as you can see, he has a look around. He sees some of the stuff that he's got. League of assassin weapons. Very nice. Not that I would ever say that to him. Looks underneath. Yeah, I wonder what Todd could be hiding here. Slides it out. What the? And as we begin to look, click, a light goes on. And we have Jason Todd saying, "You are in so much trouble." You will not do a thing. Now that I know your secret. Jason responds, "Secret?" Never give Jason a match. Seems like he can light a fire. Like the scene from Daredevil movie. Yes. And of course, Damian Wayne pulls out what was in the box, and it's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And he thinks, okay, yeah, I've got you. It's got that look about it. You read Austen? His response. He just brushes it off. Yeah, and Jason Todd. And the look on his face is like, what? But is it not a girl book? Your response. Have you actually read it? Jason says to Damien. He goes and says, no. And we about to get a bit of a bonding session between them. So he starts to look through it. And we have a little bit of time pass by. Not that it's noted, but you can certainly see it in the art and how it's done. I do not trust this Wickham character. He seems to be wrong for Elizabeth. Jason responds, oh boy, just keep reading. And Damien gets back. You will not tell anyone we hang out, right? And it's your secret is safe with me. Must admit, that was really good compared to what Adam Glass did with those two. And that's the truth. I'd rather read something like that than what Adam Glass put them through in bloody Teen Titans. All right, now we've got All Seeing Part 1. Now, this is a story that centers around Cassandra Kane. And I've read through this first part, but I've not read through the second, so you're going to get a fresh response from me. So we start off, and we've got Batman here taking on some villains. Oracle, anytime now. Oracle responds, don't worry, Batman. Then we get a bit of a crash from above. And it's Cassandra Kane, orphan. That Calvary is here. Clink and clink as the glass comes down. Now comes the easy part. And we start to see how things affect Cassandra Kane. Jason and Damien could definitely make an interesting and destructive duo. Agreed. Shinkai, agreed. And as we can see here, we've got Cassandra Kane thinking to herself, I see. And we've got some things that she takes notice of. Curled lip, overconfident, darting glance, distracted as she's observing him, discolored teeth, smoker. Muscle definition favors the right. Shifting weight, ready to change. Shaking hands, bad aim. Hunched posture, hurt ribs, weak knee, strike here. Then, as she sees everything, she dodges a strike, strikes the knee, kneecaps fractured. Response from one of them, ah! Moves on to the next two. And we get to see here, in a fight, reading body language is a gift. And we get to see her and how her fighting style actually works. Words may lie, the body never will. And Batman goes over, thanks for the assist. And she responds, always. And they're all tied up. Moving into the next thing. The thing is, I can't turn it off. So it's basically wherever she goes, she sees these little details that stand out because she can read body language. And then she goes to see Oracle, Barbara Gordon, and responds, sorry, I'm late. And as you can see here, she takes notice as she observes her body language, crinkled eyes, open shoulders, bouncing elbow. Conclusion, excited. Steph beat you here. She already claimed the best spot on the couch. So you can see that they were planning on having a bit of a girls' night. And it's, hey, Cass. And she looks at Steph, tension in jaw, hunched shoulders, legs pressed together. Conclusion, something's wrong. And then she goes direct for the kill. What's wrong? Steph tries to respond, nothing, I'm good. She brings it up again. Something happened. And Steph responds, no, it didn't. Everything's fine. Cassandra Kane points out, but you're upset. Right? She's taking this from the body language that she observed from her. And Steph finally responds, yes, fine. I'm upset. I overslept this morning and missed a big exam, and now I might have to retake the whole course. Cassandra Kane, Steph, all I wanted was to not think about it for a while, but I guess That was just too much to ask. Again from Stephanie Brown. Oracle comes in. Barbara comes in. How about we all forget about it and pick the movie? And then Steph decides to leave. No, sorry, I'm sorry. I think I'm just tired. I'm going to head back home. Rain check. And we've got the look on Cassandra Kane's face. Almost as if to say, what happened? Barbara responds, yeah, of course. And as she leaves, as Steph leaves, you can see the slumped posture, heavy footsteps, slow movements. Conclusion, hurting. And then it's her response back to her, I hurt her. Barbara speaks back, that wasn't your fight. That wasn't your fault. She'll be okay. And then we start to reflect back on Cassandra Kane. And it's, I see everything. But sometimes I wish I didn't. And you can see how it somewhat affects how she socializes with people. And finally, episode 33. My goodness, it's nice to finally catch up with this. I'm wondering if this is the conclusion or we'll get to see another part of this episode or another part of this story in the next episode. So I'm going in fresh with this. So let's see how things go. So we basically pick up where we left off from. So that wasn't your fault. She'll be okay. Oracle responds to her. And of course, Cassandra Kane can't get it out of her head. I hurt her. Barbara goes over. You were just trying to help. She knows that. Right, she's explaining to her about what happened in this situation. She's got herself out of the wheelchair and onto the couch. And then we have Cassandra Kane saying, I see too much. I can't help it. And Barbara responds, you're part of a family of detectives. We all see too much. It's all right, Cass. And Cass responds, but I'm different. And as you can see here, we see some of the things in relation to like how she was brought up by her father. My father taught me to see, not speak. To be the ultimate weapon. We somewhat get a bit of a flashback connected to what happened in the last episode. I thought I could be more. Right? She's definitely reflecting on a past episode or the past chapter. But what if what I can do is only meant to hurt? And the look on Barbara's eyes as if to say, what? And again. And then Barbara takes her and she says, follow me. And she responds, what do you see? And as you can see here, it looks like she's being either led to a room or led to look at just the wall. And she's just having a bit of a glare. Alert gaze. Looking at herself. Oh, very clever, Barbara. Alert gaze, scars, calloused hands, having a look in the mirror. Very clever there. Balanced weight, fighter. Conclusion, dangerous. And we get a response from her. Someone made for hurting. And then Barbara responds, want to know what I see? I see someone strong and determined who forges her own path no matter what anyone else says. She continues, I see someone who loves fiercely, and who will do anything for her friends. I see my friend, my sister, someone I trust with my life and legacy. She begins to smile. Barbara continues to go on. I see a hero. Then she responds, do you see it too? And as we look back into the mirror, alert gaze, clear focus on what's important. Scars, aren't afraid to keep going. Calloused hand, determined to defend others. Balanced weight, chooses her own path. Conclusion, hero from herself. We move on. Knock, knock, knock. Ooh, who's this? Okay, I'm curious. Hopeful gaze, open posture, leaning forward. Conclusion, forgiveness. And she responds, sorry. Stephanie responds, I know. I really wasn't mad at you. And she responds, I know. Come inside. I'll call Babs. And Cassandra responds, love to. And they finally get their girls' night out. Yay! And you can see that they're all pretty much happy watching the movie. I must admit, I really enjoyed that. Well, big thanks to everyone who made it to this live stream. The next one probably won't be for at least 3 weeks unless something comes up in relation to this desktop of mine, and it might need to go back to the techie's hands or the techie comes around to fix up some problems. And we'll see you again at the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. I really hope you all enjoyed these episodes of the Wayne Family Adventures. The next things that will be showing up on the channel, just to give you a bit of a just to let you know what's coming out this week. Of course, I've got the usual, the comic trade manga hauls. We've got some Fool's Gold coming out next week. I've got some old reviews that are connected to something connected to the Rainbow Press and Comics website that'll be showing up on the channel. You'll find out when they do show up, and you'll be able to check out the link in the description. Got the latest Shadows of the Bat story, so slowly moving to the conclusion of that on the channel. And we've got the next Super Sons related content, which is Son of Kal-El, issue 9 by Terrible Tom Taylor. Of course, a bit of review on Little Monsters and an additional story there, Wrong Earth. And if it's one thing else, I am definitely going to need to make plans to do a Helium 29 subscriber catch-up live stream. So anyone who actually managed to make it to this live stream, if you want to go check out that live stream when I finally set it up on the channel, if you'd like to jump in, please let me know, because I'd like to have more than just one person on the channel. It doesn't have to be myself or myself and Tevius Volker. It could be someone else. What if it's you, Shinkai? Would you like to join the live stream? And we'll get to find out what's happening with you and what you're watching, reviewing, reading, what manga, anime that you've been getting into. Or it could be someone else who decides to jump in, see what happens. Big thanks to everyone who made it. And we'll see you again at the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. Big thanks to Shinkai who made it, and Tevier who made it. I did notice at one time that we did have a third person watching, but they didn't say hello. So I'm not too sure who they were, but a big thanks to them anyway for watching and viewing the channel. And I really hope you enjoyed as I went through the Wayne Family Adventures. And definitely check it out for yourself. It's worth reading through. And with... well, that's something I could talk a little bit more about, seeing that I've finished this. That is that DC Comics has announced that there will be some more webtoons coming out. I'll pull up the news. See if I can find it here. There we go. All right, here we go. Now, as we can see here, DC have announced that they will be bringing out some more webtoons, and they must be doing pretty darn well, in regards to the response to which they're getting through Wayne Family Adventures. And personally, I enjoy covering on the channel because it's got one of the Super Sons. And that's why I do cover it on the Super Sun side of things, not so much the Rainbow Press and comic side of things. I think, though, with one of the things that they do have announced here, as we can see here, they're looking to expand a little bit more on webtoons. And we've got Vixen, NYC, or New York City. We've got Red Hood and the Outlaws. We haven't got an exact time when that's coming out yet. But we do know that the Vixen one will be coming out on May 26th. But I am definitely interested in checking out the Red Hood Outlaws. And I think if I were to cover that, that would actually be one that would be covered on the Rainbow Press and Comics, because it's outside of the Super Sons, unless there might be one episode in that to which we might have Damian Wayne make an appearance. Okay, for that one, I'll probably make an exception and link it to both the playlist of the Rainbow Press and Comics and yes, Tevier, we still need a Super Sons one. Most of all, DC Comics needs to bring back Peter J. Tomasi just to restore this terrible bloody mess that they've done in the universe, and not to go at some terrible effing agenda. Of course, we've got Red Hood Outlaws, Zatanna and the Ripper, launching late this summer. Final launch dates to be announced shortly. The new slate follows the smash hit between the Batman fame, the webtoon, the Batman Wayne Family Adventures, to which I've been covering on the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. And I do my best to keep consistent with it as possible, unless things come up to which can slightly alter that. It says the full slate from Webtoon and DC to include Vixen, New York City, written by Jasmine Walls, by artist Manao Azumi. And as you can see here, we've got a bit of a glimpse of what it might entail. And it gives a little bit of understanding about her character. Then we move on to what it says about Red Hood and the Outlaws. And we've got Patrick R. Young, who's writing it, with art by Nico Baskunen. And it says the Outlaws try to go legit and fail spectacularly. The Justice League has issued a challenge to Red Hood, Artemis, and Bizarro. So we've got the Red Hood and the Outlaws from the Rebirth. Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me, how do you feel about John Kent becoming the new Robin in the new Dark Crisis tie-in? Well, seeing what we've heard about it so far, and what I've also heard from your channel of what you shared about it, it is a bit of a dream sequence to which we sort of understand about the issue. I really hope it's a one-shot. I'd prefer it to be a one-shot by Tom King and not sort of like a 5-issue run, let alone a 70-issue run, because we know what Tom King did there. Very hesitant and cautious. I think the idea is interesting, but we'll see how things go with it. As long as it's a one-shot, I'll be happy to pick up the regular plus the variants that I want to get with it. No doubt it will be reviewed on the channel, and I'll make sure that happens. Oh, what else? John Kent becoming Robin might be interesting if in a world without Superman and a one-shot. And it's nice to see how DC are sort of like bringing back the rebirth version of the Outlaws to the webtoons. Hopefully it might actually give him the opportunity to restart that series off again. Another thing as well too, it also sounds like a somewhat plagiarized idea, but slightly changed a bit from what Peter J. Tomasi did with his Superman and Robin one-shot. So, gonna have to be blunt about it. And that's sort of like one of the only things that sort of comes up about this. Plus, from what I read, it's a boy John Kent, Superboy back to normal, as his 10-year-old little self in that one shot. And that is actually one thing I do like. Now, the thing is he able to capture the character of both Superman and John Samuel Kent? Now, he better be bloody doing his homework. And I mean, he better be bloody doing his homework. And when I mean doing his homework, he should, number one, talking to Dan Jurgens, talking to Peter J. Tomasi, going to both of their works. And that includes the Super Sons and their Superman runs. All right, because if he wants to capture their characters accurately and not write them as trashy as his Batman run, yeah, I'm being blunt here. All right, there were some good things that were in his Batman run, but there was a lot of trash too that shouldn't have been in that Batman run. Including the death of Alfred. And I'd also include the death of Ra's al Ghul too, of what's presently happening. But it is what it presently is. Yep. And I'm hoping that Tom King does succeed and doesn't mess it up. Because, Dan, this could be a last chance with the boy Jonathan Samuel Kent in something. Yes. And considering he's seen as a somewhat big name, personally, Tom King's a bloody small name. Yeah, he might be big on a DC title, but trust me, he's small in the rest of the universe. Same goes with Tom Taylor. Yeah, I know, but I know I was addressing what Joshua Williamson did there, not Tom King. Tom King played a part in the death of Alfred, right? To which many are upset about in his trashy story run. And to think that Damien hasn't been through bloody enough already, come on, give the kid a break. Right, we want to see a Batman and Robin return again. Literally. Right? His costume's alright, but I like his Rebirth costume, to be honest. His Rebirth costume was the best. And yes, we know that Joshua Williamson is responsible for the death of Al Ghul. Again, another one that's not necessarily needed. But of course, they're pushing for this big dark crisis bollocks. Whether it's 5G in disguise or not, we've got no idea. But it does sort of come across that way. Yep. His Rebirth costume is my favorite costume of Damian Wayne. Just as alongside with the Rebirth costume of John Samuel Kent. They are the best costumes. Moving back onto more of this webtoon and DC, of course, we're going to have Red Hood, Artemis, and Bizarro back together again. So this is going to be really good. I know someone who actually enjoyed that series, and that's someone who also posts up reviews on the Rainbow Press and Comics, and that is Master Chudy, because I know that he enjoyed this run, and he'll probably enjoy this too, the Red Hood Outlaws. About the only thing it's missing is that it doesn't have the Dexter Soy art on it. Then, of course, we've got Zatanna and the Ripper, to which we know that this is sort of like set in the 1800s, Gotham by Gaslight time period. And then it shares a little bit of information about both said companies. And that is all. So it's going to be really interesting as to see how things go with these additional webtoons. And if it's one thing that DC needs to start doing, it's to start getting these webtoons into trade paperback. Right, get these stories into trade paperback. The moment you start now, the moment you'll get like more people picking up the physicals connected to something that is digital. And there are some webtoons that have already become physical prints. Solo Leveling being one. There are a couple of others that have also become physical properties. So from their digital, they have become physical. And seeing that it's been quite a while since this has been going on. So if I were to guess, just under a year, because we haven't reached episode 52 yet, or 53. This would be the time right now for DC Comics to take these webtoons and start to have them be solicited as physical items to pick up. Literally, this would be the time to do it. Like, on the success of the Batman Wayne Family Adventures, hey, even I'd bloody pick it up because I'd want to see if there's any differences between the digital and the physical format. And of course, it would probably get a bit of a review of sorts on the channel. But if it were to come out, it's got to be in straight to trade paperback. Not like straight to single issues. No, that would be a bad decision. But I think if you did this straight to trade paperback, you are going to get sales on these webtoon related content. Well, I'll probably see you again in the next 3 weeks, providing no hindrances come up. We'll see what happens. A big thanks again to everyone who made it to the channel, from Shinkai to Tevier, and anyone else who happened to have been watching. Please let me know what your favorite chapter out of, or what were the chapters that you enjoyed out of these chapters from this episode. I'd love to hear it in the comments, especially in the comment section. What chapter didn't you like? Was there anything in the art that you felt could have been fixed up, like something that I addressed in the Tim Drake Hangout episode where he caught up with some of the Titans, Cassie, Bart, and Connor, to which I really think the artist could have shown that in the story that they were like still talking but also eating their meal. I think that really could have been fixed up. That's about the only change that I'd put in that, because you need to see that the characters are doing something, like not just talking but also doing something, and that's where that needs to be fixed. Until then, hey, good to see you, Lord. Glad you made it to the live stream. At the end of it, towards the end of the live stream anyway, and I've spoken about the latest DC webtoons. I've also gone through all the episodes that I missed out on covering on the channel. Well, we can only hope, dear Lord, that will happen. We really want him to be brought back to his good old self. At the moment, right now, DC are too busy wanting to appease one group of people, but not appease another group of people, because they like to slave brand certain people with a certain icon. Well, stay tuned for some of the upcoming Super Sons related content that will show up on the channel. Son of Kal-El is coming up next week, plus whatever else is coming the week after that. I believe it's Robin's, and then last but not least, we finally reach Robin, and that's just in the next 3 weeks. So we'll see you again at Super Sons Fortress of Attitude, and have yourself an awesome day.